Legion marches.
Welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 in part 15 of our Who Hath Plaguefather SFO Grimmhammer campaign. In today's episode, we are going to continue to bring plague to the lizardmen here in Lamia. Looks like we have some other of the Dog Brotherhood on the horizon, so we might be throwing down with Khorne sooner rather than later. We also have nearly enough gold to acquire the Great Blight Oak here at the original provincial capital. It costs 15,000. That'll give us access to the Great Chaos Dragon, which is going to be incredibly expensive. But I'm thinking it's going to be an incredibly powerful unit for our squad, and likely the Ender of Worlds to Cathay over here, because I'm probably going to recruit in with the Grand Duke or Moxia to better enable their armies. There's lots of areas over here in Cathay to be bringing plague to, since we have to deal with both of the other Tzeentchian factions for our long campaign victory. Oh, just the Flaming Scribes. So Villet isn't part of that. I mean, we have to go to war with Tzeentch either way, so I am going to immediately jump up in here and declare war on this fool.
Interesting.
Is it clever? No, but this is more of a we don't trust Tzeentch period and an ancient rivalry. Bring it. I'll let them bring their armies to me one at a time. So, but rolled in at Troll Tooth. I'm just gonna go ahead and claim Jinwu now. And there's Village. Oh, we just declared war on you too. Awesome. His army is terrible. So let's go ahead and we'll auto-resolve this one. Lose nothing, and then when Village comes over to face us, we can deal with him no problem. That being the idea, if there's more of Village's armies back here, we might be in serious trouble, but we have to poke the changer. As far as the Grand Duke goes, we will give you probably an additional point into Hate Tzeentch, extra melee attack, and weapon strength while fighting against Tzeentchian factions. And Sir Stuart, I will give the same to you. Extra melee attack and strength while fighting against Tzeentch. That works out, and now we have a reason to be bringing more armies in to be crushing. We really need to be taking down lads in our territory. Well, that makes things awkward. We're at war with these guys now. You can go ahead and drop that convoy off. There's no way they'll attack the settlement. It's a convoy. So, even though they're at war with us, they will drop things off. I'm going to have Moxia switch back over into the ambush stance. And next turn here, we should be able to upgrade Dread Rock. Perfect. So, we'll just skip over all of the other upgrades, no matter how much it might make me sad. We gained, we kicked out one of the Hounds of Decay, or merged them together, and we added in some more Air Force with those Death Head grenades, so we should be able to use those to rip apart any of the obnoxious Air Force that both the Lizardmen and Khorne is going to have access to. Moxie hasn't been moved. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to get him on this side, just in case we didn't move into March. Get quickly over here to the Grand Duke to help out. Right, I might give Grand Duke a...
Nurgle's beloved.
Infect him, it would cost 100, that means we can't go for any other symptoms. So none of these normal ones are worthwhile to just infect him with. Works for me. I'm gonna drop down melee attack, bigger loss reduction. Let's go for the Plague God's Pasture. It's also going to increase our overall income and allow the plagues to spread around. No upgrades or repairs in the Misty Mountain. Once the rats have a little bit more money in their treasury, we'll go ahead and hand it off to them.
Nurgle special for good reason.
We would like us to join a war with Thorek Ironbrow. Sure. And Eshin has attacked Hanyu Port, and the fools have not brought enough rats. A lot of Death Runners. No problem. We'll just give that one to the auto resolve as well.
Only flesh.
Yep, even though they are our enemies, they did drop off the convoy, so we have plenty of extra gold. Golden Order is gone, and Jin Wu has been besieged now. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the Great Blight Oak. It'll take 3 turns for that to build. And is it just Villet that has come on in to face us? Him and Burrowden at Troll 2. Don't have to worry about Knife outside. We have all of the enemies now, after just declaring on the single. So Moxia, you come on up.
In the sorrows of the sickly. With Nurgle's
Do we need in-camp stance? I think we can get a little bit more aggressive. I'll switch over to normal
vile master.
and see about adding in. Great thing about Nurgle is we could have
To me,
made it all the way to Chiang if I was confident in our abilities here. 5,000 more gold. Definitely needed on a soul grinder. Chaos Knights would be devastating. Since we've already got one great weapon, let's go ahead and grab one more. So we'll go a soul grinder and some great weapons.
strength to complement.
Takes a long time for those Chaos Warriors to replenish. Long time indeed. Got very little gold left. Let's zoom on into Ugat here. We can gain some more by punching Lamia. Grab another point into Wound Maker for Semoth. Now onward to glorious slaughter.
Make them rot.
This is a desert settlement, so we won't like it all that much. There's a ton of lizards behind the walls. Pyrrhic victory, medium casualties. Absolutely not. Since they do have some pretty nasty towers, though, I will set up the Nurgle siege towers. How many of those going to build in a single turn? Just 2. That'll work. We'll surround them, and as soon as we are able to launch that assault next turn, we will. Moxia, while you're here, can I grab a couple more cheap units? Wouldn't necessarily mind the Marauder Horsemen.
Who is worthy of Nurgle?
Throwing axes with some poison damage, and then the Grand Duke, we definitely can't afford to take any extra attrition. We're going to charge on out and throw down with Village. 642 attack. It's pretty sure our Unclean One can actually defeat Village in a straight-up fight. He's going to be gaining more and more melee attack and defense as he throws down. I want to be a little bit more clever with it. See mostly magical attacks coming out of the enemy, no fire, so we don't have to necessarily worry about them lowering our regeneration, except for with normal Zygian spells. Changer versus Nurgle. We've got to fight in the Warpstone Crystals. Start deployment, they have themselves done something very interesting. Let's go ahead and have all of our lads coming in from the summon itself. Everyone's got Vanguard deployment, which is excellent. Where can we make the most use of our surroundings here? The Nurglings be up front, taking all of the main brunt of the spellcasting. I'm gonna hide the Forsaken in the woods there. Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have them up front. They will start taking some more spellcasting themselves. Grenades, normal Plague Bearers, and then we'll have the Plague Toads. We don't have a lot of hiding places back here, sadly. Keep them with the rest of the troops then. Toads in the back. Forsaken that are not able to Vanguard deploy.
Exalted hero of Nurgle. All hail!
Grab our weakened cultist here. We'll keep him kind of back with the Exalted Plague Bearers. Plague Drones definitely back in the back. Lots of speedy units that we're going to want to use. woods for now. They're hiding, but only momentarily. Infantry. Beasties. Here's all of the expendables, and then the lads. Set up a front. Bolt is doing as much of nothing as I can allow. Perfect. Now we just need the spawn, which will have the spawn of Nurgle and the flood being in the center positions there. Alright, well, the expendable flyers, really I'm just going to use them for spellcasting fodder. And then we can have this one Beast of Nurgle actually be pretty useful. Let's get the battle going. So for my hounds, I'm going to immediately have them charge out and engage the enemy hounds.
Greater demon of Nurgle.
Don't really want to change our troops formation around a little here too much there. I'm just going to charge into these Chaos Warhounds. I want to advance other things from there. That'll work. Warhounds will not enjoy that. We can have our hero come on forward as well. See if everyone else reacts to them charging. Come on back after taking some damage. Secondary hounds want to try to intervene. We can deal with them as well. Watch out for the trolls. That's what these guys are for. Standing in the trolls' way. Warhounds did a fairly decent amount of damage to our hound, but that's 2 units down for one. That's one that we more than won there. You come on back a little ways. We'd allow you to come on over and actually drop some heals. Go one of them now. And now start retreating before those screamers arrive. Unclean one forward a little bit.
Spreading pus.
Have the spawn come around behind. Now some more of those hounds got caught. No good. You hounds stay and fight. Let's go after those screamers. We've got all sorts of lovely debuffs we can apply to the enemy there. Fury's just kind of slowing them for a moment. Hellfire Banner to try to help rip through the screamers' shields. Alright. Start advancing the main force. Yeah, because those metal spells are going to start ripping through. Probably equal damage to their units to ours, though. Try to pull the Hounds of Decay back. Let these Nurglings lend their might to the fight. Waddle on over. Everyone up front here go after these Chaos Warhounds. Then you two can try to charge into these Forsaken of Teach. Grenades, there's some Dragon Ogres. It's going to be definitely your target. Let the spawn move up and engage the other spawn. Someone breath to rip apart. Forsaken are not great for that one, so let's wait. Soul Blight on all of these lads. We'll heal one at a time. Let's go for the Locus of Contagion. Curse of the Leper. Let that start passing around. Wheel your way a little ways away from that fight. Let all of them blob up, and then we'll send the lads in. Smash these side forces. This is healing up nicely. Let's send him in to help out with these Forsaken. We can heal up. Who needs it the most? Have some of these Nurglings in the front line. It really can use some help out. Butcher them. Hold the Grenadiers back. You guys throw down with the Dragon Ogres. We'll bring the Plague drones over the top. Nice casting. Let's bring these Hounds of Decay back. sap the health out of one of these lords here. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, here he is. Barundan. Tamer of Trolls. Crash in, have you go find Villet and give him a hug. Nerdlings, let's go ahead and add your might to these spawn of Teach. Those are the ones that blow up. Plague drones coming out of the fight once more. Keep chucking those nades. Alright, Hounds, back in. Let's go after the Marauders in the back line. Any units that we can scare off are going to be fairly devastating for them. Poor lads fleeing. You throw down with the Chaos Giant. Toads, come on back in. You Hounds go after this Sorcerer Lord of Metal. Drones back into these Forsaken. Don't really need to cause any kind of despair. Plague Breath will work though. Move the lads on their way out. Spawn are starting to lose their fight. We're not exactly winning on this side though. Send the Plague Drones around. Nice blue fire. Smashes into some Nurglings. We'll deal with it. Have you retreat just for a moment. We'll help out with this brawl. We'll let the Big Papa handle Village. Here, Leech to help drag that barrier away.
I flee.
Keep those Chaos Trolls from the fight. Looks like the Giant's done as well. And we can rock Glorious Rot on Village. Watch him fall apart. Sorry, my feathery Chaos Champion. No chance. Yeah, he's terrified. That's that. Village's force is defeated. Excellent. And what we're going to do is round up as many of the opposing Chaos Champions units as we can, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Close victory decides to award us this time, but we only lost 172 to their 1,075, so I'll take it. We are absolutely going to replenish up. Joined, separated. Neither Thaumon's strength nor Village's sorcery could hope to match this one's martial power. Yeah, Big Bell tends to sort out most arguments. Extra winds of magic, and some more melee defense. Now we're absolutely going to press our advantage to wipe out the rest of these two armies. And turn to start cracking against the coalition we've just engaged here.
The joy of disease.
Missile resist will be great against Chaos Dwarves. Let's just go for life leeching.
Nurgle's beloved.
You bobbers. Actually worked out pretty well on your chariot, so let's give you a little bit more experience for all the characters. And a little bit more health. We should be able to crack out and deal with Hard Wrath and better than no problem. Decisive win. All he's got is a few trolls. 114. We'll take the tribute. And some Gambler's armor. Absolutely. Give ourselves a plague that we had just given to them. How fantastic. Now Sir Stuart is flying around on a Rot Fly. Let's give him that final point into... We'll make Fleshy Abundance able to be overcasted, which will give it an area of effect. And then we move to Crush Berridin. Decisive win. He should have 2 casualties is exactly what we expected. And we'll take a little bit more favor. You kindly.
Father's here.
We will then drop into an encamp stance, or we can march back into Jinwu. I think it's a much better idea. Be very defensive with the Grand Duke. Boom, we are going to continue to make better at spellcasting. He's going to have the Fetid Stench and the Pestilent Decay as well. So we're going to want to move through both of these lines really quickly.
A wondrous day.
Piercing leadership experience gain. Yes, please.
Nurgle's
Yeah, I need Jin Woo to help us.
uncleanness.
Be kind. Less movement range for our opponents. That'll help out with control. Let's go for growth. Or not growth, but replenishment rate. Because we'll be throwing down with Skaven and everyone else all at the same time.
Decay brings life.
Oxia, we have access to 2 more ROR units, so let's give you the Demon's View.
My sorcery requires attention.
We might have to add in another army somewhere in the middle of our empire, which is completely undefended. Got some pretty dangerous garrisons, but sadly we don't get the explosive diarrhea rocketing out of our horrifying volcanoes. Right then, Lamia is about ready to fall your next turn. Damage buildings in the Misty Mountains. We'll skip on through, keep building up our Plague Cauldron as well.
Grandfather loves us all.
Exponential growth. Let's go ahead and slot this down on Dreadrock. Beautiful. It's going to take 3 turns, though. But what if we now just start it up? It's going to take only 2 turns? That's the way I can see. A bit of rebellion here at Blightwater. Hopefully the Skaven can deal with that, and if not, Defenders might be able to... No, absolutely not. We're going to lose the Misty Mountain. Ooh, here's what we'll do then. Well, Skaven, I don't feel like losing that settlement, so I'm going to trade you the Misty Mountain. And you give me whatever piddly amount of gold you have.
Good, good.
Drain the Clan Moor's treasury. Wood Clan Moor's had another combat goal for us. Let's go ahead and talk to them real quick once more. Take one of their missions. Deal with Therenzi. And so it shall be. Skip on through and in the turn.
Battle. The ultimate experiment.
Alright, so Therenzi is going to come on outside of the walls of Throwdown. We would have a Pyrrhic victory with medium casualties. He's bringing with him some Blessed Skinks and some Blessed Temple Guard. Wow, the speed reduction we have applied to them at 26 on the... So they are slower than our Exalted Plague Bearers now, and way slower than our Nurglings. Alright then. 4 warheads on 4 heads. Let's get to painting these sands red and green. One of my favorite battle maps just for what's going on in the background, but there's not much in terms of actual terrain to work with. So let's go ahead and start deployment. There are very minor ups and downs over here, so we can set up our units. That way they are kind of fighting downhill best we can. Doesn't matter that much, but it will help them ever so slightly. Like this, and we'll have them all grouped up a little bit more to absorb charges from any of their cavalry. Tons of decay out on the side. Drones ready to engage the said cavalry once they do get closer. Actually, keep the drones back. Black Death up front. Ugath also up front. We need to get the Vanguard deploy plague back on this squad. Post haste. Legions set up like so, with the Great Axe lads right behind them. Uncle Feruncle leading that squad, and we'll have the Pox Riders back, ready to protect the flanks. And then Beasts directly behind both sides to deploy their Slime Trail debuff to as many fools as we can. Frontline. Beasties. Air Force, and then the lads.
Nurgles, come on.
You have yourself a Gate of Nurgle, so you have to be in combat for 90 seconds. Recharges. Oh no, we just have to wait. I think we can do that. Nurgle is very well known for being forced to wait. Unleash the artillery. Grab our army then. Move them up to actually be in formation. Send the hounds out wide. Same thing with the drones. Change your line. Drones come through. Operation Splatter the Feral Cold Ones is a go. Although they're a little bit slow, so let's kind of smash into the skink cohort instead. I'm just gonna have Kugath go be aggressive. Oh, he's in the air. That's fine, go be aggressive with the Saurus Scarvet instead. Move the rest of the army minus Kugath and the Black Death forward. Try to cut them off. Air Force, let's go ahead and advance yourselves. I don't see that much in terms of missile. So if we can go after these Pterodon Riders, I'm here for it. You go past into the next group if you can. You got nothing that slows them down, so we'll just go ahead and wait. And also summon in some Plague Bearers. Let's disrupt this cavalry charge. Charge into those cold ones. Completely disrupt that nonsense. You keep coming on back through. Looks like they did have some javelins in the back, so let's bring those lads away. Come on back over with the rest of our squad. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys turn and chuck nades at this poor Pterodon. That's a Ripperdactyl. You guys will move in and start chucking grenades at him. Now we advance the main body force. Go after those feral cold ones. You move up, chuck grenades at the Pterodon Riders just to finish them off. Your job is to deal with the Pestilence. Now we annihilate this flank. I mean, Lauren got devastated. Now we Blight Boil in the middle of this. Enjoy. I mean, Lord has fallen. Any power recharge we can go for, but let's just slow down recharge on this poor Scarvet. Grenades get to work dealing with the enemy Air Force. Have the beasts charge in. Great axes go help out Plaguefather there. Deal with them. You're a leech. Cultist, you can probably drop down some friends, can't you? Drop down your friends and charge into the feral cold ones. What a nightmare. Lizards are being butchered. Alright, bring the Hound Dogs in, help them with the Saurus Spears. You charge into the feral cold ones, should be an easy break. Axes get to work. Get jucking. All of the skills now. Focus of Fecundity for heals. You can come on in and help out. And all of the lizards are fleeing. Go after the Verification Crystal. And let's make sure none of these guys have any support. Charge on in. Cultist, your job is going after the Scarvet now. This flank has been rolled. A bold strategy, Cold One Riders. Likely your doom, but a bold strategy. Make sure these Pterodon Riders are gone. You can come on and use your grenades on these cold ones, because they're all clumped up. Gotta give the Saurus credit. Here come the Temple Guard. I think these are the Blessed Temple Guard. The Revive Crystal's on its way back as well. Turn around and deal with that. Anyone need heals? Not really. We can go ahead and save it. Get rid of those Pterodon Riders permanently. Come on up. Blast this revive crystal. That is one huge swarm. We can finish off the rest of these idiots. Ugath, you come all the way through and go after these skink skirmishers. Bring the artillery flyers back. Hounds of Decay are caught in with revive crystal. Push them through. Drones can go after individual units. The Pox Riders do the same. That's where the Blessed Temple Guard are. Lizards flee. Some more Toxic Deluge sounds great. Ugath keep pressing forward. Heals likely need to go down on one of these Plague Drones once they reach them, or is it going to be over that quickly? Our Temple Guard moving in. Let's go ahead and fall back. Everyone here can come after the Temple Guard. Hound Dogs, you keep doing your thing. Blast the Temple Guard to bits. Swarm of Plague. Aaron's the Bog, you go after this other unit. Looks like a few of the Saurus are coming on back, so we'll have a couple of units turn around to deal. I just don't think they're going to be willing to do that for very long. And there's the victory. Ugath, you go after the Saurus Scarvet, and I have many, many lizards to try to round up. Just got a moment. Alright, it's only going to give us a close victory after losing 0. So I guess that works. We'll offer them up as tribute. Successful in assassinating Clan Moles' target. Frenzy was slain, and now he lays upon a pile of gold. Like a proper dragoon. Some diseases are not apparent until long after they've been shared with others through acts of congress. There is, after all, no gift as kindly meant as one imparted in secret. Revel in malady. Minus 20% construction cost for all of our buildings, and now we've got the Circle of Life in Nagash's Art. Many equate Nurgle with death. This is to misunderstand his intent. Desires rebirth, that more death may follow. But is that he raises the bones of the long dead, from them sprouts bilious flesh, and Nurgle's newest children strike up their buzzing drone, and the cycle begins anew. 20 extra growth there in Nagash's Art. Let's finish off. Trapped off start. Fair enough. We are going to go ahead and sack Lamia. Drag all the gold out of here that we can. Ugath receives a plague. Sergov is now a ultimate healer. So we don't like the desert terrain very much. What we are likely to do is bypass as much of it as we can as we move on down to fight Tzeentch. Like temperate land and wasteland, alright, but the deserts are too much for us. No life grows. Go ahead and occupy Lamia, though. We might as well spread Nurgle's love even to the horrifying deserts. In camp. For infections. We'll spend any more gold here. Lamia is one that we care about all of 0. Moving on over here towards Pestilent Decay, we're going to give Ugath a little bit more health. Sergov is going to have his final point into Plunder the Feeble. Moxie is gaining points through association. That works for me. Should now. One turn for the Great Blight Oak, and then we can see what the Great Chaos Dragon's going to be like. Go Gragbat. Just raiding in Shambletown. Well, in that case, we do need Moxie to come on back around and likely deal with you. Smush Gragbat, and then we'll have him come on up and help out with the many myriad enemies we have up here.
Father Nurgle.
Let's try luring some fools in, though. Out front of Jinwu.
Follow Father now.
There's Knife. So what we'll do is we'll come over here to this
March on,
crossroads,
children.
jump into that ambush stance.
Hunker down quietly now.
Hunker down.
Bring
And then we'll upgrade what we can. So Knobbly Gorge up here to tier 3. Nothing there in Big Bother. Darkhold up to tier 2. And then the control building. Perfect. With that, I will give Moxia more troopers. Would love to get some Chosen. There is no telling how long it'll take them to spawn on in. We have the Plague of Nurgle. Good grief. Mine. Well, they come in fully loaded. That's great. And then we'll go ahead and grab... Love some more Air Force. But do we have any more Plague drones? Not on this squad. We don't have any here at all. Maybe instead of the Plague drones, we'll just get one more Marauder Horseman. Fairly cheap. And then another kind of expendable unit of human warriors. Excellent stuff. So I think now we'll want to come on over here to the Norse infection. We already are lowering everyone's speed who is in the same area as Kugath. Drain resistance, Curse of the Leper. Yeah, definitely Norse infection. We're not going to be fighting Norsca just, well, we have the cool, I guess, that they're going down with. It's more for the speed reduction. 334 infections. Kugath could definitely use the plague that's going to give him Vanguard deploy. We just have constant vomiting, which, fair enough, that's pretty horrible. We can drop down another palsy. Also add on the mucus runs. And then fever for more go. Sweet. Now Kugath should be able to jump around no problem. No real reason to spend any gold here. Let's swing up to our dangerous territories and we'll end the turn. It's like a Lokier is moving around the outside. He's not at war with us.
Aboard the Tower of Blessed Dread.
Just Shangwu.
Why does your flesh not
Well, hello, Scarbrand. Scarbrand wants a non-aggression pact. Having some Cornate Minotaurs in our lines could be pretty intriguing. Alright, the Grand Duke's ambush was foiled, so they're likely to retreat. So Medibel is taking down Shangwu. We now have the mightiest fortress. Grooks to Fos. Hello, sir. Horn is now ascendant. We've got ourselves a chromatic tome, dragon helm, and some fencer's blades. High amounts of Nurgle corruption. We've got a cult here in the Brass Keep. So I think we are going to go ahead and just add on in the Plague Cult Refuge. Extra growth. Well, actually, more infections. I think it's time for us to stamp out this foolish Gragbat. So the Greater Chaos Dragon is incredibly expensive. Why is his melee attack so less? Or so lessened? It's because he's not... He is based on the stats of the lord that he's chilling with. It's down to only 55. That's okay. He costs less in Kugath's army. Moxia gets the Chaos Dragon.
how we delight in the sorrows of the sickly?
F99.
Who is worthy of
Great
none?
Chaos Dragon. We have to go see it in a battle with Gragbat, don't we?
Is come.
Even if we have to trespass. Let's go for the standard of Seeping Decay on our Great Chaos Dragon, further increasing its stats. Let's go smush us some ogres. Dark Deployment, and even though we are vastly overpowering of the squad here, we will still be clever. So let's go Nurglings. Foot of this cliff here. I have all of our throwing axes. Back a little ways. They're not getting run down by this enemy Sabertusk pack. Let's have the artillery piece on this side, which will draw the Sabertusk pack over. I want them a little bit closer. And then we'll have the Chosen defending them. Marauders behind our Nurglings. Chaos Warriors behind them. Our great Chaos Dragon. Is it larger than the normal ones? Looks all extra warped, doesn't he? And a mouth on the side. Drop a nasty dragon. He's had a horrible time there. Been introduced to hard living. We'll bring the beasts back in line, and that'll be great. All the front line. Speedy lads, and then the single entities. Take a look at our 40 Chosen here. Have a tower shield and great axe infantry. Doesn't count as a great axe, sadly, but that definitely is. Chosen are gonna be. Just look at the plate armor, even though it's definitely a little bit corroded, probably leaking in some spots. There's just something about full plate. Summon some friends from beyond. Let's go ahead and bombard into the Ogre Bulls up there. Treat these lads up the hill ever so slightly. Have the Chosen everyone fall back. Same thing with the throwing axes here. And have the great Chaos Dragon come up and around, and we can blast some laser breath at him. Dark Fire of Chaos. You can keep scooting up and firing on those Sabertusk pack. See how much damage we can get with the Fire Breath. Key of Beasts. Great Maw, so no worry that he'll be able to do anything to us. Once we get closer, we can see if there's any Noblar Trappers hidden. In fact, we could probably pretty easily do so by summoning in some friends, forcing everyone to clump up around them, and then blasting the breath. You guys charge in here. Go ahead and eviscerate these Ogre Bulls. There goes the Dark Flames of Chaos. How much damage did we get? Almost wiped out those Ogre Bulls. Well done. There's the Noblar Trappers. I'm thinking that was enough damage to try to force them into combat. Come on, Chaos Dragon. Time to retreat. We're going for those much slower Noblars. Keep the dragon nearby. We will indeed have the Dark Gods be Dragon Ds. We could probably have it go destroy those Noblar Trappers. We're gonna keep trying to flee from our 3-round burst cannon. That's a wee bit sad. Wanted to fight them on top of the hill. We're gonna come up around. At Grandfather's request. Here comes some more Noblar Trappers. Pull you back a little ways. Give them a 3-round burst volley that should see them scurrying away. Oh yes. One of the rounds missed, so we'll go ahead and pull back. Dodge a good deal of that. I didn't get braced for this nonsense here. We've got to we can poison them on the way in. Should kill a good deal of trappers. have been a little bit better. After you fall back, break them. Cultists. We want them all into melee with our Nurglings, and then we can send in the Marauders and the Chaos Warriors. Delivering the wallop. These Plague Bearers have been absolute champions. Dragon, let's head over the top for one more Dragon's Breath into one of these bulls. Melee Reflection here. Chosen easily defeated another group. Go for the Dragon's Breath in the back of these Saber Tusks. Should be nasty. Bathed in the corrupting fires. We'll go ahead and land them and have him destroy the Slaughtermaster. Shows him this Saber Tusk pack is your next target. Drop their attack to almost nothing. Curse of the Leper on really no one. 4 ogres. Slow those lads, everyone move forward. Little tools and things they're going to be throwing are going to be absolutely no use. Dragon's hungry. Doing more damage to our Nurglings than anything else, though. Friendly fire. Everyone stay away from the Great Chaos Dragon. He's kind of crazy. Right, devastated the Saber Tusks. Keep moving up, go after those Noblars. Rip the poison through. And there's the victory. I'm going to round up as many of these ogre rebels as I can. I'll have the right ogres themselves will be able to escape. Look how fast they can move. And then I'll catch as many of the Noblars as possible, stuff them in the plague sacks. Catch you in a moment. Well, that was horrifyingly effective, but I'll take it. Only 3 fell in the fighting, and we should be able to use this to replenish up our Chaos Warriors to full.
The Father has use for you.
How angry is Grimgor with us for trespassing in his territory now? We can't afford to declare war on him, even though I would really like to. We need to quell this coalition before getting into a fight with the angriest greenskin, and probably the largest faction of the entire game currently. Maybe outside of the Dark Elves, they do tend to build pretty massive factions. Just through confederating. Since we are deciding to be friends with Thorn, we're going to press on through. Do some raiding in this land. No one is of concern at this point. Grand Duke. I would like to move on down and jump on Medieval after he's finished off Shangwu. That would be placing Jinwu at the mercy of this army.
Hunker down.
One more ambush. Queen, Jinwu, and the other. Looks like these 2 heroes are causing us issues. Let me try to ambush everyone else. In fact,
You are
there's no peace with Cathay. Figured we'd at least try it. Alright, well with that victory, let's go ahead and give it one more in turn. Rated hit points. We'll save that one. Well, hello, Zatan. But he's gonna go for peace. Betraying his allies already. Love to see it.
Villash.
We managed to ambush Grooks, and so he is consigned to oblivion. Lost a lot in the fighting, but we will go ahead and give us some more tribute. Awesome. Stolen a Trickster Shard, which we used to fuse together. War Coordination. Set a War Coordination target for an allied faction, which will give us 600 favor and some infections. We shall indeed. Looks like the AI is going to run from us. Let's see how much Lamia would give. Yoink.
Battle.
Sack the settlement.
Experiment.
I'm a spoilator. Oh, now we don't have any settlements that border corn anymore, so we can't pass those off.
Plaguefather.
That's alright. We will settle Labaris for now. Here the settlement. With that, I'm out of time for today. I've been a Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub done. See you all in the next one.
The heat